What is up, all you beautiful people, friends, family, and fans? It is January 4th, 2018. Happy New Year. Welcome to TrailspinTV. Just wanted to make this video real quick and let you guys know what the plans are for 2018. Kind of give you an idea of what this whole trail spin thing is, where did it come from, where are we heading with it, what our upcoming plans are. So basically, back in July, I bought a used 2010 Jeep Wrangler Unlimited JK. And just like anybody else buying a new vehicle, I started watching videos online. I started researching. I was basically trying to figure out where in Illinois I could go, take this thing off-road, have a little fun with it, and ultimately found out that there's really nothing here to do. As far as off-roading goes, there's no trails, everything's farmland, everything's flat. So as I started to dig online, I started learning about something called overlanding. Well, what is overlanding? Overlanding is basically traveling, camping, and using your vehicle as basically as your base camp. There's deeper definitions. In the end, it really doesn't matter what vehicle you have. It's basically just traveling around, seeing things, exploring, getting out there, tracking, camping, basically being outdoors, enjoying life, exploring, seeing new things, navigation, all kinds of basically exploration, using your vehicle as a base camp. After doing a bunch of research about it, I decided that it seemed like a lot of fun. I love working on vehicles. I've been a weekend mechanic pretty much my entire life. I've never really had a vehicle that was problem-free. I've always bought used. I've always done all the work myself, all the way back to being a teenager and my first vehicle, the engine needed to be replaced. The only thing that we didn't do was fix the transmission. But since that, I've literally never left my vehicle with a mechanic, and don't plan to. Saves me a ton of money, gives me something to do. So my Jeep does have 150,000 miles on it, and hopefully, the high mileage doesn't give me too many issues. So far so good. The heat doesn't work. We'll get to that. The reason that I started this channel was because as I did more research about overlanding and off-roading, I discovered something called the Trans-America Trail, which is an off-road route from the East Coast to the West Coast, mostly off-road. What that means is, just f***ing focusing is pissing me off. What's the problem? So what the Trans-America Trail is an off-road route from the East Coast of the United States to the West Coast, starting in North Carolina and ending in Oregon. I decided that I wanted to attempt to do it in one trip. So what that means is I'll be taking a lot of time off of work, and roughly 6 weeks. It's a 5,000 mile trip, and as I was doing more research about it and trying to find more information about it, I really couldn't find anything that pertained to 4x4 vehicles. The trail was designed originally for dual sport motorcycles, but it has since been figured out that the trail is wide enough to support 4x4 vehicles. A lot of it is logging roads, forest roads, farm roads. And then as you get to Colorado and Utah, there's a lot of actual trails that are designed for any kind of off-road vehicle. And then supposedly 95% of the trail can be done in a vehicle. You don't have to be on a motorcycle. Anywhere where there's a spot where we can't get through, there's bypasses. I decided that I wanted to do the entire route. I wanted to track my route. I wanted to document everything, keep all the information available, the dates that we went, what the weather was like, what the terrain was like, film everything, track everything through navigation so that everything is available in sections by day, so that if somebody else wanted to take an overlanding route, they could use our information and easily accomplish that. As I went around and started talking to everybody about this, I met a friend named Mike Bogan who has decided to join me. You'll see him, obviously meet him later on in the vlog. He's been very instrumental and very helpful with organizing this. He's going to play a huge role for us. We decided to form this channel not only to create daily uploads while we're on that trail, but also create a base where we can provide all kinds of other information about overlanding and off-roading, vehicle modifications, reviews for equipment. I'm also kind of into photography and videography too, so there's going to be videos where I'll be reviewing stuff that we're trying out, letting you guys know what works on the trail, what doesn't work on the trail, what works for a vlog and what doesn't work for a vlog. I'm learning just like anybody else. I'm not an expert by any means, so there will be a lot of we're gonna make a lot of mistakes together. This is kind of a big deal for me to kind of step out of my shell. I'm an introverted person. I don't really like being in the public eye, but I have this need to like get information out there, and it's fun for me to play with toys. I'm a big technology buff. Anybody that knows me knows that I'm just kind of a geek and a nerd when it comes to, you know, just equipment, electronics, and stuff like that. So as part of our plan, major upcoming events include a trip to New York for me. Again, I have to go back to New York in about a week to complete some more work. I've been making regular trips to New York since moving to Illinois, just to kind of handle my business. Last week of January, I'll be going to Costa Rica with my wife. I'm taking all of my equipment with me. I'm taking my drone, I'm taking my cameras. And so definitely going to do some uploads about that. Probably when I get back. I don't think the internet there is too good, but who knows? We don't even know where we're staying yet, but we do have the plane tickets, so we're definitely going. Sometime in February, we're planning on starting a monthly meetup in Chicago at a Jeep dealership. We're still ironing out the details on that, but basically we're just planning on kind of doing what car shows do, except for off-road and overland vehicles. So instead of looking at old Mustangs and Chevys and stuff from back in the day, this will be a way for us to all meet up, show off our rigs, you know, our off-road vehicles, and just kind of network with people. And we're also going to do some classes, some educational stuff where you can learn how to use a winch, or how to other recovery situations where, you know, you're stuck on the trail. How do you get yourself out? Things like that. So there'll be instructors involved. That's exciting. We're still ironing out the details for that, but as information becomes more clear, we'll obviously relay that to you guys. So that would be hopefully starting in February. We really don't know how quickly that's going to come together, but other than that, in March we'll be taking a trip down to Tennessee to meet up with Rough Country, who is actually sponsoring our Trans-America Trail trip, and they'll be installing suspension lifts, rims and tires, body armor underneath the Jeep, some lighting, stuff like that. They've been super gracious and helpful with us, and supporting this trip. And we're also going to be interviewing some people down there, hopefully the owner, their research and development department. So that's going to be in March. That's super exciting. I actually can't wait. I kind of want to get it done sooner than that, but we'll be waiting. And that'll give us about a month to try everything out, make sure there's no issues. If anything needs to be tweaked or repaired or anything like that, at least we have some time before the trip starts to get that taken care of. Our tentative scheduled launch date of the Trans-America Trail is May 1st from Cape Hatteras, where we plan to arrive there on May 1st, and then we'll continue from there. We're currently working out the schedule. We hope to have a daily calendar where, you know, we have all our distances figured out. We'll to know what areas we'll be in on what days, and the reason for that is we would like to put the schedule online somewhere, and if anybody wants to meet up with us along the trail, they can do that. They'll know exactly where we're going to be at what times. Obviously everything's kind of loosely scheduled. We don't know. We could hit some snags. We could get stuck. We could have some problems and maybe not get to certain destinations on time. Our main goal is to get to Flagstaff, Arizona by May 18th for Overland Expo West, and then ultimately continuing along the trail until we get to Portland, Oregon. Mike's family is potentially going to fly out and meet up with them there, and he's going to return home, and I'm thinking about heading south into California, and then coming back. We'll be back in Illinois by June 10th, hopefully. So that's basically all of the plans for 2018 so far. In the meantime, I'm going to be trying to, upload regular videos, vlogging basically. I don't have a lot of exciting things going on here, but I'm going to be buying parts for the Jeep, doing some installation videos, probably doing some more equipment upgrades as far as video goes once I start to learn how all this stuff is working. I just got this 24mm lens. I kind of like it. I did get a Joby GorillaPod, which is basically just a flexible tripod for it. Made a world of difference as far as setting up shots and making everything look much better rather than having to carry a big tripod around and set that up and whatever. So it's enough rambling from me. This is the first vlog, so my main goal today, since it's 2018, is to trim this thing down. So let's do it.
Well, there once was a man, and that man had a beard. He shaved off his beard and now he's dead. And there once was a girl, and her husband had a beard. She asked him to shave it off, and now she's dead. 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 Now he's dead. Now he's dead. Now he's dead. Now they're dead. Now they're dead. Now they're dead. Now they're dead. Grow a beard or you'll be dead. Well, the girl and the man, they each had a funeral. The people who attended are now dead. And so the grave digger came to bury the bodies, and he had a beard and can't be killed. 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 Had a beard. Had a beard. Can't be killed. 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 Had a beard and can't be killed. Well, there once was a band, and their name was Kings of Leon. They shaved off their beards and now they're shit. 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 Kings of Leon are shit. Kings of Leon are shit. Kings of Leon are shit.